Coming up shortly, a special tribute to some beautiful artwork I filmed back on the opening day of the season.
And over 500 fans in the painting.
But first, some thoughts about where we go from here as we count down to the Premier League season restarting after this latest international break. Hi there, don't know about you, but I'm tired of all this negative speculation about Erik ten Hag. Some sections of the media just won't let it go. They got it wrong again when they said Erik wouldn't survive the international break. As promised in my last video on this channel, Erik will carry on, starting against Brentford on Saturday. But we all know the media will keep speculating about who they think should be the next manager of Manchester United, whatever happens in our upcoming matches. Truth is, negative news about Manchester United is big business. That's just the way it is. Of course, no Manchester United fan is happy with the way we've started the season. Right from the opening win against Fulham, it's been far from convincing. As I've predicted on numerous occasions, our shortage of goals is our biggest concern. And we've not scored at Old Trafford in the Premier League since the opening day debut goal by Joshua Zirkzee. As we proved in our last Premier League match at Villa Park, we are capable of keeping clean sheets. But once again, our lack of firepower up front proved a real problem. So far, the work done on the training pitch by Erik's new right-hand man, Ruud van Nistelrooy, is not being converted into goals on match day. 7 against Barnsley in the Carabao Cup doesn't disguise that fact. But there are signs that things may be about to improve. Marcus Rashford has been showing genuine progress on the road to getting back to his confident, goal-scoring self. I fully expect Marcus to continue to improve under the tutelage of Ruud van Nistelrooy. And hopefully he's benefited from the rest during international break. But the one player I believe stands to benefit the most from Ruud's coaching is Rasmus Hojlund. The return of the Danish striker is a huge boost for Erik after that pre-season injury that massively disrupted United. But so far, he's only started one match and is yet to complete 90 minutes. He clearly still is building up to full fitness. That's why Erik ten Hag urged Denmark not to overexert Hojlund during this international break. I guess Erik will be happy Rasmus only came off the bench late on against Spain at the weekend. And he'll be keeping his fingers crossed there were no setbacks tonight against Switzerland. Rasmus did miss a training session on Sunday, but that, we understand, was only to protect Hojlund, who's still building up his fitness. What's certain is that United need Hojlund to be fit for our upcoming schedule, and hopefully he'll start against Brentford. It's so important that Rasmus stays injury-free because our young striker is a potential goal machine. We badly need Hojlund to rediscover the clinical touch we briefly saw in the Champions League when he first arrived at Old Trafford, and again at the turn of the year when he scored 7 in 6 Premier League games. How the team is set up will obviously make a big difference because Rasmus needs service, and it's been clear he's not been helped by a lack of service in many of the games he's played for United so far. Waiting to see who returns fit to play after national duty is always an anxious time for managers, and that's especially the case this week after our early season setbacks that leave United in 14th place. You all know what the headlines will be if we don't beat Brentford. For new midfield signing Manuel Ugarte, we've had the added complication of seeing him play out of position for Uruguay against Peru. Ugarte, we're told, was not happy with being used in defence in a 1-0 defeat at the weekend. Tonight, Uruguay face Ecuador, and then there's a long trip back to Manchester. It's not been an easy start to his Manchester United career. But excuses, as I always say, are for weak people, and we need points just as much as we need a performance on Saturday, not least to diffuse some of the noise around Erik ten Hag in the media. Let's be honest, we have heard Johnny Evans admit our players are affected by the constant speculation about Erik ten Hag, and I'm absolutely certain that toxic criticism has been a destabilising factor for at least one of our players. We do need players to shut out that criticism, but let's face it, it's much easier to do so when the team is winning. And after 5 games without a win, that's precisely why I'd say the points are paramount on Saturday. Win against Brentford, and that gives Erik ten Hag a new platform to build on. With Johnny Evans announcing his international retirement this past week, that's one piece of news that will help Erik. After Johnny's man-of-the-match performance at Villa, it's reassuring to have the Northern Ireland veteran available whether or not he starts on Saturday. In the short period, Erik ten Hag will have to work with his full squad before the Brentford match, it's hard to see how much can change from the Villa game. But I do believe there is a strong expectation within the squad that this team can and will do much better as the season unfolds. Once Erik gets the squad playing the way he wants to on a consistent basis, then we'll see if they really are good enough. But we can't win without scoring goals. And that's why I believe Erik ten Hag picked wisely when he recruited Ruud van Nistelrooy to help him solve that problem. It's also why so much rests on the shoulders of Marcus Rashford and Rasmus Hojlund, why we need other players to find their scoring boots too. Garnacho, Fernandes, Ahmad, Xerxes, they're all players who've got to start delivering. But most of all, this weekend, we need the points, whoever gets on the score sheet. So far this season, we've only scored 5 Premier League goals. And as I said earlier, just one of those goals has come at Old Trafford on the opening day of the season. And Xerxes hasn't scored since. Now then, if you're going to the match this Saturday, check out the fabulous mural unveiled by local artist Ben Rock before we kicked off the season on that opening day.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This was the official unveiling dedicated to our match-going fans. Ben, tell me what you've just done here today.
So I'm here today outside Old Trafford, and I've done a painting of the FA Cup final, and I've put over 500 fans in the painting. And if you're here today, you can come down here on Sermont Basby Way, next to the grill shed, and you can admire my painting.
I see quite a few names that I recognise. How did you pick the people to put in the painting?
So on social media, I put the feeders out, and mainly on TikTok and Instagram. A lot of people contacted me, and we've got their names, we've got their parents' names, grandmothers and granddads, and it's an incredible thing to do, especially connecting with fans.
And I saw you putting the finishing touch and adding another name there at the end.
Yeah, I've added a few more.
Well done, Ben. I hope everybody that comes to Old Trafford during the season stops and has a look at your handiwork. Very impressive.
Thank you so much, thank you.
Watching Joe Thompson take part in the official unveiling of Ben's artwork reminds us what a popular figure Joe is around Old Trafford. Over the international break, we saw Joe complete an heroic 21-mile walk between the Northwest football grounds where he played his career, from Old Trafford to Rochdale. Joe's walk has already raised more than £10,000 to help support him in his third battle against cancer. His target is to double that amount, and with the help of the wider football community, we sincerely hope that total can be reached. Details on screen now of how to find Joe's Just Giving page. And for more information, check out his I Am Joe Thompson Instagram page. Take it from me, Joe Thompson is one of the nicest footballers you'll ever meet. He's an incredibly humble family man who deserves all the support we can give him.
I've thoroughly enjoyed all the conversations. Great to see so many people come down, and yeah, got an immense amount of gratitude for everyone that has come.